While we're at it here, let's check the chassis serial number, which is something we haven't historically used to date a Fender amp, but with the new information that was recently published in Vintage Guitar magazine and all the work that's been published on the internet by Greg Gagliano, his list says that a A818 number should indicate that we have an AA764 Silverface Champ that was made in 1976, according to their list of chassis serial stamps. When we get it apart, we ought to be able to verify that by looking at the trannies and looking at other parts in the amp. Now, while we're at it, you remember that the serial number on the chassis suggested a 1976 date, but you have to remember the chassis could well have been made a long time in advance of the amp. And when you're using chassis serial numbers as dating, it just gives you a kind of a general idea. The power transformer and the output transformer were both made in the early part of '78. The date code on the Mallory cap can also shows '78, and it's early enough in the year where it's more than likely this is a '78 Silverface Champ. So remember that if you're going to use the Gagliano chassis serial number, that serial number is when the chassis was stamped out. Doesn't necessarily have anything to do when the amp was assembled and actually sold, like this one, which was as much as 2 years later.